Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to look into one of Sophie and Toffee's, I don't know if they curated themselves, but one of their silicone mold kit, and this is the sphere and cube kit. So let's unpack it. First up we have a bag of tools, it seems. And next we have our first two molds. And our other two molds that should come in the kit, and some glitter, which I know already will give me terrible glitter hands because it's spilled all over inside the package. Yay. That's always the thing that annoys me with glitter, is when it explodes inside the package and you want to use it and you have to get rid of glitter and you find it literally everywhere. Okay, let's have a look at these first two molds. These are one normal sphere mold and the other one looks like a light bulb or egg mold thing. You see later when I will try these molds out. But yeah, these are nice top-down molds. The only thing that always worries me with them is the molding, because it's always a tad bit hard. And then we have this bundle of molds which contains the cube mold and the sphere mold, and of course the sphere mold inside the cube mold pressed the edges a bit outside, so if I want to have it really square I'd probably need to make like a cardboard frame thing to hold it in place, but I don't really mind that the edges bend out a little. Now the sphere mold is like the typical two-part sphere mold. And I don't know how well they will hold up, if the resin will stay inside if you use like more liquid resin or such, or if it will completely leak out. They gave me quite a lot of tools in this kit, so I'm really happy about that. And we even get some jump rings and some hooks in silver and gold. So that's really neat for making necklaces out of the sphere molds, the tiny ones. So get eyedroppers, and which I really appreciate, these spoons. They're excellent for getting mica powders and other colorants out of the packaging with the shape, and they're very easy to use, so much appreciated that they're in the kit. And we also get 5 of these cheaper looking keychains. They have a hook already on one side and they're really soft. So I wouldn't necessarily use them for my keys, I just would use them for accessories probably. And of course finger gloves, and we also get a drill with 2 drill bits. So I wanted to make a kind of galaxy effect sphere, so I'm starting out with a clear coat outside, like I would do with the large squares, because I feel like for these molds it will work great also, and since I'm using UV resin, popping bubbles is a little bit harder. And I was right with the glitter, I got it everywhere sadly. But after I cleaned everything up and could mix up some UV resin with some of these like holographic color string things, and then I just added some magenta and red to one and some purple and blue to the other cup. Mixed it well, and then I layered it inside the mold, and I just went randomly and tried to make it a bit interesting and have the colors vary in like tiny layers. now that the sphere is cured, I can finally unmold it, and this was so hard. I struggled because I didn't want to rip this mold, because that happened with me with one of those molds before. The opening on the larger spheres is so small that you really have to force it out. But honestly, I think this looks super pretty. Of course, the glitter kind of sank to the bottom or top, whatever you want to use it for, but I think the effect is super pretty with the words. I wanted to make another sphere with a different technique, so I'm using this color shifting white pigment. It changes to like a purple bluish tone. And I'm just using a teeny tiny bit for my clear UV resin. And then I'm just pouring the clear UV resin inside the middle mold of the spheres. And after that, I'm just using a toothpick and swirling around some other colors that I mixed up. Molding the second sphere was a bit easier, and I also used the rest of all of the UV resin I mixed up to make a teeny tiny little sphere, which I think also looks quite cute, and it's always a good thing to use up all of your resin and not to waste anything. And now to the final project of today. I decided to make a little, you could call it landscape, inside of the cube mold, and I'm starting out with some paper clay and I'm shaping a really basic bridge. I'm not really texturing it, I'm just cutting out the basic shape. To the bridge I also make two mountains, which I texture with my silicone shaper to have it look a bit more like rocks. And after they hardened, it's time for painting. And I'm doing a basic stone painting type, so black base, grey dry brush, and then a white lighter dry brush. And for the mountains I'm adding a bit of white on the top to make it look like it snowed on top. I used some UV resin to hold the bridge and the mountains together, and after that I'm using some more UV resin to place it inside the cube mold and hold it in position where it wanted to, since this is paper clay and it will definitely float to the top. My first layer of 2-part resin I'm going to add like shy over the mountains, and then I'm adding some white pigment to pose as like fog or clouds that hang mysteriously over the mountaintop. And after that's hardened, I add another clear coat. Now for the bubbles, I cut them open, and after that I'm just using a metal like wire and to force some resin in that, and they completely disappear when they're filled up with the other resin. Then I just fill the mold to the top and let it cure. This one was also a tricky one to unmold. The silicone is fairly thick, so I felt comfortable to like turn it inside out, but it was a bit of work. I had to like carefully pry the edges, and after a while I got it out and it looks pretty good. Now, the fog went a bit heavy. I think I should have used a different white that is not as opaque, but I also think that it still looks really cool and mysterious. And you can kind of see the mountains when there's no light. I'm really sorry about the shaking. I had to hold my camera and I don't have the steadiest hands when it comes to a bit heavier objects. But I think you still can see what I mean when I say you can really see the mountains. Now, as for the spheres, I added some bead caps and some hooks on the side. And I used the hand drill, but I have to say I had some major trouble getting the things to fit inside because it has 4 clamps. So you can put like different sizes of drill bits inside, but these clamps are either too loose or you have to like really force the drill bit in, and that was my problem. So I even had to use pliers to like get it in, but afterwards it held up super good and I could drill the resin pretty well, so I'm happy about that. But it definitely was a bit more difficult to get this. I still think the spheres turned out great. The second sphere got a bit foggier because of the white color changing effect, but I still think it looks super cute and I'm definitely going to wear it on the necklace. As for the leftover sphere, I think the colors, they look so cool together, so I'm also really happy about that. Now, for the egg mold, I didn't put it in this video since I filled it up when I had some leftover resin from another project, but this is how the largest egg looks like and I think it looks pretty cute. And this one was fairly easy actually to get out, so I'm also happy about that. Now I have this light base, so let's have a look how the mountains look with some backlighting. Now you can of course see the clay from the underside because I didn't color it, but I think that doesn't matter because I think the mountain colors shine through the fog quite nicely. Oh, and I also rounded off the edges a little bit with my laser edge tool. And this is how it looks with the light. I think it makes it look even more cool and like a mysterious scene, like some travelers' art when they went to the mountains, and this is what I would see with the bridge. I don't think the bridge would have needed texturing anyways because you can not really see it all too much, but it's there. So I think this turned out really cool for a simple piece. Now the kit is really just basically a mold kit. You don't get any resin and colorants. I guess you have a project with the spheres since they provide you with the hooks and the keychains and also like the drill bit and the glitters. So I think that could like kind of count as a project, but all in all it's like for people who really want to have the molds, and I think it's a great thing that they put them together. You don't have to search for them, and if you just want to try out something in sphere and in a cube mold, then it's a great kit, which is also the reason why I got it, because I wanted to have the cube mold, so I'm really happy about that. Now, on a different note, you may have realized, but I'm missing quite a few Sophie and Toffee boxes, and that is because I don't buy the boxes when I don't want them. I buy them when the topic interests me or the mold interests me. So if you see gaps in my Sophie and Toffee elf box and pixie box journey, that's why. But you know, I'm having lots more art projects that are coming, and I'm going to try out lots more different stuff. I hope you guys liked this video and enjoyed the crafts I made with this kit. And please tell me in the comments down below what was your favorite thing that I made today and what would you put in a square mold like this. Anyways, I hope you're having a great day. Bye!